Okay.
Potetgull.
Chips.
Ja, og buljong.
Bouillon.
Og så må vi ha
Cheese doodles.
cheese doodles, ostepop.
Hi everybody and welcome to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts ARNE CARLOS and you are very welcome to our daily quarantine knitting podcast. This is episode 9 and also episode 9 of our knitalong. In case you were wondering what we were doing, Arne and I are writing up our list because Austra and Adrios are coming soon with groceries for us. But before they can bring us the groceries, we need to tell them what we want. And Arne is being very choosy today. So far on the list, we've got potato chips. We've got the bouillon. You remember we're doing a chicken soup without chicken for Arne, and he's falling in love with that. I think that's your favorite quarantine food, isn't it?
I think it's so good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So bouillon and noodles, and then you ask for something that we call fårikål in Norway.
I don't think it's season right now, but I have these
Cravings
for fårikål.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fårikål in Norwegian means sheep in cabbage.
Sheep.
So right now sheep is not in season, so I think I'm gonna have to just scratch this one out of the list. And then we both want cheese doodles, which I guess I mean, it's quarantine, so we're allowed. So, Arne, do you want to remind everybody why we're doing this? In case you're new, in case this is your first Arne Carlos quarantine knitting podcast. Arne, why are we doing this?
We do this because we thought this was a good thing to do, because there's probably more people in quarantine, and it's nice to have something to do together.
Yeah.
And we, with Facebook and stuff, we created like a community of people who are all working on the same projects.
Yeah.
And that is nice.
Yeah.
And then people don't have to feel they are totally alone.
Yeah, that's our tagline. You may be isolated, but you're not alone. We're here for you. And there's a lot of people in the knitting community that are also here for you. The wonderful thing about the internet nowadays is that you can stay connected with a lot of people. And it actually provides a great distraction, which we think is fantastic. And the community is so incredibly helpful. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Now, Arne, let's go to our daily what are we wearing segment of our podcast. So today I see you've gone a little tropical. You've got elephants on your top.
Yeah, and the elephant has these green dots on his back, and it matches your jacket.
Yeah, suddenly he's wearing my jacket. I'm like, why are you wearing my jacket? He says, because it matches the elephant. So I had to go in there
think about everything
and have a look, and it does. So I agree. It's a great outfit. You would have been wearing this on the cruise that we were supposed to have been on in Australia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine today we would have been sightseeing in Sydney, enjoying all the beautiful sights, and tomorrow we would have boarded that boat to New Zealand. But here we are in quarantine in Norway.
And I'm glad actually right now, because I read in the news there's a cruise ship in Australia.
Oh yeah.
With a lot of people, and they are in quarantine.
Yeah, that's true. So.
And you don't want to be in the boat.
No, you don't want to be in quarantine in a boat. You'd rather want to be in quarantine here in our house. So me, I am doing a little blue number today. This old thing is one of my... this is a really old shirt. I've had it for like 10, 15 years now. No, maybe 10 years. It's very nice. I love the color of the fabric, and it also cheers me up a little bit. Now, I was reading comments yesterday, and there was a comment the day before yesterday. I thought it was a little bit cheeky, I have to say. Somebody was saying they felt bad for me because my shirts were ill-fitting and that I needed to go to the gym. Now, you, whoever you are, cheeky, very cheeky. Thank you very much.
Is that grown-up people who write these things?
Oh, I'm sure she was just joking. I'm sure it was just a joke. But it made me feel very guilty.
Well, that's like when young kids are doing this to each other, and it's a huge problem.
I'm sure she was joking. I just feel a little guilty because I haven't been doing my exercises. And she was encouraging me to go to the gym, probably because I don't know. She may think I'm a little big. I don't know. Anyway, it's cheeky, very cheeky. But I guess in these quarantine times, what are we going to do? I can't go to the gym, and Arne is here all the time, and I cannot work out in front of him because I become very self-conscious. And now I think I'm running out of excuses for I haven't been doing the gym, and I haven't been doing my workout routine. But you know what they say, tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life, and I guess I can start tomorrow. I think I said this 2 days ago.
I think you have said it almost every day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Nothing happens.
I'm not doing very well with my routine. But you know, on the other hand, I am getting up. I'm getting out of bed. I'm taking my shower, combing my hair, choosing a nice shirt to wear. Usually I'm wearing shirts that I could, you know, consider wearing on the cruise. And to everybody out there who is doing the same thing, it is very smart. You know, try to stay normal and get dressed in the morning. Don't walk around in your pajamas, especially if you're going to stay in quarantine for more weeks than what we are, because that is really bad for morale. You want to feel good in the morning. When you get up, and yeah, and a lot of people have been telling us that before sitting down to watch the podcast, they are taking their shower and putting their lipstick on. So I know that a lot of you out there watching us now, you probably look fabulous, you know, with your hair done and your lipstick and whatever else you're wearing of your fabulous wardrobe. So keep up the good work.
I'm tired today. I could go to sleep anytime because. Yeah. I slept so bad because there was a lot of wind.
I slept like a baby.
It's been so windy tonight. It's like you can feel the house is cracking.
Yeah.
And it's still windy, and it's like a föhn wind.
A what?
Föhn wind. I think that's the English word also.
Okay.
Föhn wind.
How do you spell that?
F-Ö-N.
Is not an English letter. Is a Scandinavian letter.
But
it's a wind anyway. It's
called föhn wind in English also.
Okay.
F-O-H-N or something.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it's a very strong.
You dry your hair.
Yeah. Well.
Föhn wind. It's a warm wind.
A warm
that melts everything.
Yeah, warm, very strong wind, and if you listen to the sound of it, it's very.
It's calming. It's nice to listen to, but I wake up from it, and then it's hard to go back to sleep.
And it's also quite noisy.
Very noisy.
Yeah. Now, the reason Freya is not complaining right now or barking, she was naughty yesterday. She was very naughty yesterday. But the reason why she's not barking now is because we've got her occupied with a peanut butter Kong, and she's under the table, and I could look at her for hours and hours. It does provide entertainment to see how she tries to get that treat out of the Kong. We've stuffed a treat and then we filled it with peanut butter. And she's a smart dog, so at one point she will get on the sofa and start throwing it down.
She throw it.
Oh yeah.
Throw it into the floor, and she understands. She jump on the sofa and then she throw it on the floor.
So
she know her way.
24 hours since our last podcast. Yeah. What has been going on in your life except for the wind?
No, nothing.
Haven't you done anything?
I've been knitting.
Well, something happened yesterday. It was very stressful for a minute.
Oh, that was stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I messed up the chart, but luckily people are very observant, so we got the message very early, so it's fixed.
Yeah. So.
But the problem was that I made that swatch, and one way or the other, I managed to delete the chart, and then I had to do it very quick again, and then of course I messed up.
So
I thought it was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the easiest thing is so easy to mix up.
Yeah. So we're actually. Sorry. Yeah. Well, we forgive you. I forgive you. And we're actually not talking about yesterday's chart, because yesterday's chart was the crooked rows. We're talking about the chart the day before yesterday, the clematis. The thing is, we record the videos a day in advance. We have to, otherwise we won't have time to do everything and post and all of that. So it needs to be pre-recorded. It's not live, what you're seeing. And so we're talking about clematis, the chart. I've already posted on the Facebook group. I did that yesterday morning. If you downloaded the chart between 6 and 7 Central European time, you need to go and download it again because the chart was wrong. And we've downloaded or uploaded a chart that is correct. And in case you don't know what 6 p.m. Central European time is, we are we are 5 hours ahead of Eastern time, 6 hours ahead of Central time, and 8 hours ahead of Pacific time in the USA. We are 8 ahead. I hope I said ahead.
I don't know.
Okay, let's do it again.
I never understand that.
We are 5, 6, and 8 hours ahead of US Eastern, Central, and Pacific time ahead. And we are 8 hours behind Japan time, and we are 10 hours behind Eastern Australian time. So figure it out yourselves. If you downloaded it early, you need to go and get the right chart again. So sorry, Arne has apologized, and I hope you will forgive both of us. We apologize from the bottom of our heart. However, it did provide some entertainment because I was running around like a headless chicken because the chart was wrong, and you were just, trying to fix it, and you were really working a sweat. So it was an interesting 20 minutes, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the end of the world.
No. Oh, another interesting thing happened this morning to me.
Oh.
Yeah. So Arne actually, because he slept so bad last night, he overslept. So he slept a little longer than what he usually does. And at one point, I was awake and up before him. So at one point, I went upstairs to ask him if he wanted a cup of tea. And he said, no, I'd love a cup of coffee. And he said, I already prepared the machine, so if you could go down and press the button. So I got to press the button of the coffee machine this morning. Now, that was very exciting. I've never done it before.
No. And I had... Oh, you want to finish?
Yeah, I want to finish. So I was going to press the button, and I thought I pressed the button, and then I turned around to do tea. And then I turned around, and I hadn't pressed the button the right way, apparently. So I had to press it one more time. So I got an extra 20 seconds of excitement from that.
Oh.
Very lucky.
Life is not boring.
No, life is never boring here.
But I had another experience this morning.
Oh, jeez.
Because we put the Christmas tree out after Christmas, and we put it just in the garden, because normally we just put it in the garden and leave it until spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take all the branches off, and I use the stem, or what you call it?
The stem? The stem.
Yeah, use that as for the fence in the kitchen garden.
Yeah.
And this morning, the tree was gone.
Yeah, we might actually have to go out and look for a missing old Christmas tree.
I don't know, the wind must have taken it.
Yeah,
and
we'll have to go
I've been
and look
looking
for it.
from the window out on the ice, but there's no. I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah. Another thing we haven't been doing is watching paint dry. However, Arne was upstairs in the second floor, watching the ice of the lake crack or melt. And right now we have about 2 meters of ice. So it's pretty much like watching paint dry. It's something that will take forever and ever. The lake won't melt until May, Arne. So
normally.
You're wasting your time.
But maybe this year it will melt before, because I already see there's like 2 big holes in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And something is happening because it's warm outside.
Another thing happened. I have more bad news for you guys. Arne, it seems, is doing a revolution here. He declared this morning that he is fed up with my barley porridge with dates caramel sauce, which also upset me a little bit.
I think I had it with porridge in general right now.
I'm going to keep having porridge, but then I think I'm going to have to cook something else for Arne, and we're still under negotiations over what that will be. So
not much happened. No cars next to the post box.
No, the post box has been left alone, and you haven't been lurking around the bushes because
there's nothing.
I haven't allowed Arne because of that cough that he has. Sometimes he still has it. It's not bad, and it's not the virus, so don't worry, people. But because of the cough, he is in double quarantine. I'm not letting him go out. So I'm walking the dog, I'm going to pick up the mail, and I'm doing all of that. And making sure that you stay safe and healthy. It's very important to me. Now let's go over to today's shout-outs. I'm loving the idea of looking for things and posting them. Now, we have been focusing on our Facebook group for a very long time. And it might be very surprising for you guys to know this, but neither Arne nor I do Facebook. It's not our favorite forum. So when we opened the Facebook group, we were very hesitant about doing it, but we did, and it's a great success. But Arne has never had a private Facebook account. I have a private Facebook account, but I have 0 friends, and I'm never there. I'm very uninterested in what goes on there because I think it's too much. We already have Instagram that we do, and we've got the blog, so it's kind of like an extra thing to deal with. But I have to say, I'm loving the Facebook group. Yeah. So I think that I'm gonna continue being active in the Facebook group. I'm just not going to do privately because I don't like it. Instagram, however, is another thing. We really like Instagram. It's a great forum, especially.
But Instagram has changed also.
It has, but
I liked it more before.
Yeah, but Instagram is the favorite one of the social media forums that we have. So today we have decided to only feature people on Instagram, because I know that a lot of people that are on Instagram are not on Facebook. So these people may have or may not have posted projects on the Facebook group page, because they may not be members. So anyway, let's start with screenshot number 1 from Instagram. And people, Instagram is all about the image. So it's kind of like an image says more than 1,000 words. So we have to discuss and evaluate the Instagram posts in a very different way from the Facebook posts. So let's start with screenshot number 1, Eric. Thank you, Eric. By the way, Eric, I hope you're well and in quarantine with your kids, and hopefully you'll be able to get out of the house soon. Anyway, screenshot number 1, Arne. Hupsi star alenter. Hi, whatever. Hupsi star all. Yeah, funny name.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So what do you think about this one?
I like it. Nice colors.
Very nice colors. It's a very simple color palette, but it works. It's quite strong, I think.
Yeah, I think it's nice. Is this from Finland?
It's from Finland, yes.
Because it says ARNE CARLOS.
Yeah, that's definitely Finnish, which is the one language in the Nordic countries that we cannot understand, because it's not a Scandinavian language. Otherwise, we understand Norwegian, Danish, Swedish fluently. Icelandic is a little bit harder to understand. And then Finnish, which is not a Scandinavian language, is impossible for us to understand.
She already did the one with the error.
Yeah. So she's very, very quick. And she didn't do the error, I see. So it looks great. Love the composition of the photo. I love the little background with the dots.
Yeah.
We have to evaluate the Instagram posts, slightly different.
It's very different, actually.
Yeah. We love it. It's really nice. I love the different shades of greens. I think that you did a great job, and it matches his jacket today. So are you ready for a second screenshot?
Yes.
Okay, Eric, we're going to go to screenshot number 2 now, which is hikasuba.ru. And Hikasuba is Japanese. What do you think about the photo?
Beautiful.
What's
that in the background? Is it the tablecloth with...
It looks like a...
organza?
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful tablecloth, and then it looks like there may be a fabric underneath. There's something very calming about this. Don't you agree?
Also very beautiful.
It's very Japanese, in my opinion. The sense of... I immediately think of a kimono when I see this. And you know what I was thinking? This is this could be a chrysanthemum in Japan. The design, we called it the hippie flower, but it could be a chrysanthemum, and it does remind me a little bit about of the imperial Japanese family's crest, which actually looks like a chrysanthemum like this.
I don't know how that looks.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to Google it, and I'll show you. Oops, sorry. It still has a beautiful Japanese quality to it. The colors are very muted, and it has this very serene.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I like it.
I love it. Yeah. Yes. Hikasuba, great job on your patch, and a fantastic photograph.
We should take screenshots of everything on Instagram and make a book.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Our own book.
Yeah, our own knit-along, quarantine knit-along photo book or something. So, Eric, I think we're going to go to screenshot number 3 now. It's Sunny Designs.
That's another one with multicolor yarn.
Yeah, and
nice.
Sunny Designs is posting quite a lot, and we are reposting on our Instagram stories. I believe that Sunny Designs is from the Netherlands, and I love that rust-colored yarn. Don't you agree?
I like it. Really nice.
The photograph is really nice as well. Actually, I want to feature 2 from Sunny Designs, because she's doing such a great job with her photographs. So let's go straight into screenshot number 4, where you can see all her patches.
Nice.
Nice, aren't they?
And there's like multicolor yarn also.
Yeah.
Like the one in the middle on the first.
Which one? Ice Rose.
The Ice Rose. It's probably also a multicolor yarn.
My favorite.
It looks really nice.
My favorite ones are the sunflower bomb that we featured alone, and I also love her love patch. I think her love patch is beautiful.
Yeah,
I
really
adore
nice.
those colors.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful colors, sunny designs, and if you keep posting your on your Instagram stories, we will keep sharing you and featuring you on our Instagram. So I hope you you keep doing that. Okay, actually, because we haven't done many on Instagram before, I figured we'll do a few extra so that we've been doing like 4 or 5 or from every each day, but today we're going to do 7.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the next one. I want to feature gingerbread snowflakes.
And we know gingerbread. We know you.
We do, yeah. Pam. Pam took a workshop with us in Portland in 2014, and
Pam is a good knitter.
Pam is a great knitter and
She's good at
quick knitter.
A lot of things.
She writes on her Instagram that she almost caught up. Last week was the week 1 of our quarantine, she writes. And from what I understood, she didn't do the first week, but she caught up in the weekend.
Yeah.
Good work, Pam.
Good work.
And we're loving your blocks. They look very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very well knitted. And I'm sure that you'll be able to complete this project in no time. Because Pam's a very quick knitter. She does, and Pam loves Christmas, so she might actually make something Christmassy out of this.
You never know.
I mean, we only met Pam the one time, but we follow her on Instagram, and knowing Pam, I'm sure she's gonna tweak it into something Christmassy. I have a feeling. I don't know if I'm right, but I have a feeling.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to do another one?
Yes.
Okay. So screenshot number 6.
And this is Tony. We know you.
We know Tony as well. Bonito Club. Tony. We've been following Tony since we got Instagram in 2013.
Yeah. And he's a good knitter as well.
Yeah.
And we had a plan to meet.
Yeah,
in
because
Australia.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen.
But
Sorry.
Not this time, Tony. Next time. But there's always next time.
But we follow Tony since 2013, and we met him last summer for the first time. He took our cruise on the Coastal Express, and it was a lovely time. We really enjoyed his company there. I love the colors, Tony. Very, very nice. And I love that. I mean, it's very lively, and these are kind of these primer colors. Is that what you call them?
Yeah. I think
primary colors. Very, very nice. And then with a background, it's gonna make a killer something. Oh, I almost gave it away.
Be careful.
Whoops. So anyway, Tony, or Bonito Club, as you are otherwise known, very, very nice work. Finally, we are gonna go to one more. This one is Wim's Knits. And Wim's Knits, I brought this one because I like her colorful sunflower bomb. It's the one on the bottom with the variegated
and I like the
yarn.
colors. There are strong colors.
Yeah.
I like these colors.
And then I have to comment.
Different from what we normally do.
It is, yeah, but nice.
I like it.
So I want to comment on her comment, but I'm gonna let Arne comment it. She writes, "Not my best knitting, but having fun making some squares from the ARNE CARLOS quarantine knit along. Should have upped my technique game, but just some lazy fun." Do you really think this is bad knitting, Arne?
No, I don't.
This is great knitting.
This is not bad knitting.
Yeah, absolutely not. Wim's Knits, you're being too hard on yourself.
Too hard on yourself.
Your knitting is great. Keep up the fabulous job.
And if there's something you're not happy with, remember it disappeared when you block.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get away with a lot of things using the wet towel and the hot iron.
Definitely. So Arne, these are our favorites from today. We have a lot of favorites. If you haven't been featured yet, it doesn't mean it's not a favorite. It's just that we have a lot to choose from. I mean, there is so many to choose from on a daily basis. So we will hopefully feature you maybe tomorrow. And I want to just give some information because it seems as if more and more people are joining the knit along and they kind of feel they're coming in late. You're not coming in late. We welcome everybody at any time. Please don't stress because you're not catching up. Enjoy it. You're gonna get time to finish this at some point. Enjoy it. If you're a new member and you have questions, I just want to encourage you to go to our Facebook group. It's called Quarantine Knitting Quarantine Knitting with Arne and Carlos. And a lot of the questions you may have are most definitely answered there. Just go to the discussions page and scroll down and read, and you will find many of the questions you're wondering, and it goes for the blog as well. There's loads and loads and loads of questions posted on the blog that have already been answered. Okay, Arne, so now we need to reveal the clue of the day.
The clue of the day.
But before we do that, why don't we do a quick cast-on video to show people how it's done.
How we do it.
How we do it.
It's not how it's supposed to be done, it's how we do it, since we have questions and people were confused.
So, we're going to disappear, and Eric is going to, by magic, connect this to another video that we'll be filming on our phone, and we will be right back.
Okay, so first, this is how we do a long tail cast on. And when you do a long tail cast on like this, now you can see that the stitches, or this side of the stitches, that's the knit side, the right side or knit side. If you look at the other side, you see that's the purl side. So when we cast on, we do it like this, and if this was a circular, then it's no problem, because then you join it and you knit on the round, and then you're on the right side. So just a few more. And then when we knit the first needle, which is the second line, can I call them line, Carlos?
Sure.
Yeah, the line on the chart, or the one row, the second row with no number. So the cast on was row with number 1, and then the second one, we prefer to purl the second one, because now we are on the purl side of the long tail cast on. And some people said they never learned to do it like this, so now you're learning something new.
That's really great.
So that's the cast on, and then the first needle, which is the second.
If I may interrupt you a little bit, Arne, because we have a lot of new fans who have joined for this knit along and who maybe didn't know who we were before. And what you have just seen is the Norwegian purl. If you want to learn how to knit the Norwegian way, we've done loads of videos on that. Just look on our YouTube channel and you'll find them. We've taught thousands and thousands of people to do it, and a lot of people love it. So it's worth trying. It's not at all complicated.
So then this is round or needle number.
How about calling it a row?
Row number 3 on the chart.
Which is a knit row.
Which is a knit row. So I just do this. So now I'll show you how it looks.
Looks great.
Thank you.
If you are new to this and you haven't done a patch yet, we also did a tutorial on how you knit the actual patch, which you'll find in episode 3 of our daily quarantine knitting podcast.
So if I take it closer here now, then you can see what we talk about.
Yep.
So this is 1, 2, and 3, and from the cast on, this is the cast on, the long tail cast on with these stitches lying under. That's the first row on the chart, and the second and the third. So that's how we count the rows. And also when you finish, at the other end you will knit 3, and then you bind off, because it will look more like this. Okay.
Wow, perfect. Thank you so much for showing us this, Arne.
You're welcome.
And now let's do, the magic of TV. Let's do our little thing with our thumbs or our fingers.
And here we are, back to our table or our podcast studio. It's magic. This is the magic of TV, and we're getting really well. I mean, we're getting really good at doing this now. So, but Eric, don't worry. We need you for so many things. You're not going to be unemployed, we promise. Okay, so now you guys know why we count the first row as the cast-on row. So without further ado, drum roll, new patch.
This is an easy one.
So
actually, quite easy.
Today we are doing an easy patch for you guys, and we have decided to call this patch Ivy. Now, no, we changed our mind.
We changed our mind because we have a plant in the kitchen that is hanging. And it's the leaves looks almost like this.
And it's not an ivy, it's a golden pothos.
Yes.
Epipremnum aurum is its Latin name. And it's a golden pothos.
But this is an old leaf pattern. So it's like, it's not something we came up with, it's an old pattern.
It's a traditional knitting pattern, and we're just giving it a new life.
A new name and a new life.
Now, we love these golden pothoses. We have them hanging in our kitchen, and I was reading about them, and they say that this is one of the best indoor hanging plants because they purify airborne toxins. And I guess in a time like this, with little invisible lethal things going around, it's good to purify airborne toxins, I guess, because it helps you breathe easier and get a better night's sleep. I guess we should put them in the bedroom, actually. But we have them in the kitchen, and now I know that a lot of people are going to ask for a photo. So all you need to do is go to the knitalong page. Just go to arnecarlos.com/blog and visit the knitalong pattern, and then scroll down. You will find the chart. You'll find the written pattern, the chart for today's clue, and at the bottom of the clue, you will also find a picture of our beautiful kitchen window. Now, there's a good thing about the golden pothos, Arne. The best thing about it for us is...
it doesn't need much water.
And we are the worst.
Because we're so bad when it comes to indoor plants. Yeah. We can kill anything. But not these. These are really tough.
Yeah.
So,
give us any outdoor plant, and we'll make it flourish.
We even had this, what's the hosta?
Yeah, hostas.
We had hostas in the house, and
we killed them.
Yeah. It's like one day we passed by a hosta, and it was hanging in our jacket. Yeah. It was totally dried out.
Yeah, I remember we had this huge plant. It was like, it was massive. They gave it to us as a gift, and they said, you can't kill this one. We named it Turid.
She's still alive.
She's still alive, but she looks...
she's tiny.
She looks like this now. There's nothing.
She was big.
I remember the day I passed by Turid, quickly, and then the air after you pass by, and suddenly I heard...
But she's a begonia, or...
She's a begonia, I think. An indoor one.
Should I go and get her and show you how tiny she is?
Yeah, maybe you could do that.
And you can talk about your other...
Yeah, I want, while Arne gets to it, to show you what...
And you see something happens in the camera, like, oh, we're coming and going.
What are you doing now?
I'm just making live action.
Okay, Arne is making live action. This is a way to keep you guys entertained. But before we show you what Turid looks like today, I just want to comment on something that is very, very important to us. Remember, small businesses are struggling right now. If you are not able to shop at your local yarn store, why not buy a gift card from them? Maybe that way they can get some cash flow in a much needed time. Also, I was reading some things that truly break my heart, thinking about all the children that are staying at home now. And I read that in the United States, a lot of these children actually only get they get their nutrition meal at school because parents cannot afford to keep them fed, which is very, very sad.
That's
one of our favorite organizations is Save the Children, and if you go to savethechildren.org, if you're in the USA and you go to savethechildren.org, you can read about what Save the Children does to help these kids in need, and maybe if you have something to donate, you could do so. Arne and I have been working with Save the Children for a few years. In 2018, we created a sweater for Save the Children, which looks like this. We were wearing this during our first podcast a few, what is it now? 9 episodes ago. And the thing about this sweater is that if you buy the kit or the pattern, we send proceeds of that sale to Save the Children so that we can continue supporting them to do their important work in the world. So if you don't want to support Save the Children directly with a donation, but you want the pattern, keep in mind that if you purchase the pattern, we will send the money to Save the Children. So thank you for considering that, and thank you for supporting children around the world who are in need and who will suffer during this epidemic that the whole world is experiencing right now. So, Arne, on another note, let's see what Turid looks like now. There you go. Now, remember, she was huge. She was like this big.
She has 8 leaves.
Poor thing.
Poor thing.
But that's the way it is. She's still here.
But she was so beautiful when she was younger. Well, she was like, oof.
Yeah. Well, she's still here. She's still hanging in there like the rest of us. And I'm sure that if we start taking better care of her, we might make her flourish again. We just don't know how. We are really bad with indoor plants. So if you have any tips for us, we'd be happy to get them. Okay, this has become a very long podcast today. Tomorrow is a super, super, super exciting day. It's our big reveal, Arne, and I can't wait to tell them. Should I give them a clue?
No.
No?
You better stop.
Just a small clue.
No.
How about if I say it's not
but
what
you can't keep a secret.
Oh.
So you better not say anything.
Okay, Arne is right. I am a lousy...
We save it for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm a lousy keeper of secrets, but tomorrow there is a huge revelation coming your way here on our channel. So we really hope that you will tune in for that. Arne, time for the formalities, and it's your turn.
So if you like the videos, put your thumbs up or down if you don't like it, and remember to put on your notifications.
Why?
Because then you will have a message every time there's a new video.
And what happens then?
What happens? I just said it.
Yeah, and then you say...
You will have a message.
And you never
miss an episode.
There we go. And remember to subscribe to the ever-growing Arne and Carlos. No, I say that every time and it's always wrong. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you like. We have a growing family of Arne and Carlos fans and friends, and it's a loving, caring family. It's a great community. Subscribing to the YouTube channel will make you feel less alone. And you can also go to our Facebook group where there's loads and loads of things to do and things to see as well. We hope you enjoy the knit along. Please come back tomorrow, same time, to see the big reveal. We are excited, and I know I'm not supposed to say this, but it's not what you think. So see you tomorrow.
How can you know what people think?
Well, I know it's not what they think. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.